It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Steve.
It was as dude as it gets. Like
I love that.
Shared a hotel room, went to Hooters, drank way too much.
Just ate at a Hooters last year, Steve, in Las Vegas.
There's nothing better.
There's nothing.
There's a lot better.
There's a lot better than.
There's a lot better, but there's also, I would say, there's more worse than.
Yeah.
You know something? TBD.
Hooters is a restaurant.
And Kyle.
Also sounds like a Joe Rogan game show. This week on
welcome back to Ralphin' and the John. I'm Joe Rogan.
Today we got bugs, feces, and glass.
What you gonna Ralph?
No, the spoiler alert is those are the people's names.
Didn't see that coming.
Live on tape from APS 3 point whatever, it's the Steve and Kyle podcast.
I don't know if we've ever had a better sidebar than Ralphin' and the John.
I am slowly working on some merch to get our new game show off the ground.
I mean, it's worth it for no one to buy it, right?
For my personal joy to see that logo for Ralphin' and the John. You know, the game show.
Yeah.
Where, you know.
We don't really know what happens.
It's the Who's Line of other game shows. We don't really know how it's played, but it ends up with
doesn't matter.
People competitively barfing
in the John.
Ralphin' and the John.
Yeah, if we have to explain it to you, you don't deserve to be on Ralphin' and the John.
It's just not meant for you, you know. And again, we're men of taste. Mm-hmm. So if Ralphin' and the John isn't for you, maybe look inward. I have a complaint for you off the top here.
What do you got? What did I do?
And it's communication related.
Oh boy. Yeah, I've
a couple of items.
It's been bad this week. I know that. I apologize.
No, there's a couple big ones too.
No offense. I just haven't felt like replying.
I'll assume that's an all-encompassing.
I mean, I said no offense.
That's true. On the front end, yeah.
So you have no option but to say, yeah, no problem.
My recourse is now limited to just internal
offense.
Offense, yeah. So
yeah, you just can't verbalize your offense. You can keep it. You can keep it to yourself. But
yeah.
You push that. You push that deep down inside.
It's got to be way down. Way down.
It's yeah. It was a little bit busy the last couple days.
Sure.
And
I've seen some updates.
Yeah, we're doing some updates here, and had last night. I don't know.
You dug into the liquor cabinet. I don't know. There's a chicken at the end.
I don't know why I sound like the Cadbury cream egg.
I mean, I always think you give some bunny bucks when you're drinking.
So yeah, apologies. You may notice that our massive bottle of Crown Royal that is normally sitting down there.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
It's been relocated to upstairs because Papa's gotta have a drink every now and then.
But the couple items I have for you that are communication related that we need to address. And again,
let's go.
Therapy's too expensive for me, so unless maybe you can you bring me in as a +1 to one of your appointments.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what I could do because I haven't gone recently.
Okay.
But maybe I could reach out to the therapist and say, hey, I think I need to come in for a little refresher or a little touch up. And you just go in my place.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah. Because at that point, it'll be 2 months since I've seen the therapist. And they may be like, oh, you look a little bit different. And then you can just fire back. Don't judge me for my appearance.
Right, right. Is that why I'm here?
That's why I'm here.
Unbelievable.
That's
that's a fail-proof plan.
Yeah.
Fail-proof plan. We still had, I believe we had one or two listeners that we had spoken to, too, that we were going to cajole into giving us a couples therapy session, if I believe years ago.
Did, yeah.
And I apologize for forgetting who that was, but boy, we should take him up on that.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one was me having to find out via the internet, like some scumbag, that beloved patron of Cheers,
Oh, boy.
Norm, George Wendt, passed away. And that hit me like a ton of bricks.
I know.
And
I actually saw that maybe an hour or so before you texted that to me. I apologize.
That makes it hurt even worse.
I know. I was...
Like 4 days later, because that's something that I'd prefer to hear from a friend.
And as we've determined loosely on this podcast, there is a somewhat friendship / affiliation between us.
Right. I don't know if that was loose. I mean, that's as scientific as it gets. That was like a BuzzFeed list. Okay.
It's like, what's your favorite 80s cereal? And I'll tell you if you're friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll post that on the poll. You don't get more scientific than a BuzzFeed list.
BuzzFeed list. Yeah.
So that one stung. And
boy,
I'm not super celebrity death affected. I don't know that if I could tell you the last one that really kind of rocked me back on my heels, where I said, whoa, and I felt it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So finding out that George Wendt passed away this past week was one that set me back on my heels.
Yeah. Old Georgie.
There I was.
Georgie went to the great beyond, right?
But, it's hard to ignore the intuitiveness of that one. Because that baby's on the fly. I mean, he was 76. It's not like I can be like, whoa, too soon. Like, he was in his 70s. He was never known for a man of, being in great shape, of health. I mean, he was a bigger guy.
Mm-hmm. But we had via text the same conversation that I think everybody else in the world had when they realized that in the heyday of Cheers, because that was on from 82 to 93 or something.
Something like that, yeah.
He was in his early to mid 30s when it first started
shooting.
Shooting. Yeah.
Absolutely shocking.
Because you look back at it, and I mean, he looks, facially, he looks relatively young, but I mean, yeah.
And if you told someone where I'm trying to get with this is, if you told someone that a man in his 30s, me, was affected by a man in his 70s who co-starred in a 1980s sitcom, passed away, that would be something that most people would say, oh, that wouldn't affect the person.
Yeah.
But Cheers, for whatever reason, has a special place for me. So I come to you today wondering, is there a similarity for you? Maybe it's one that's happened. Maybe it's something that hasn't happened, but you'd think, whoa. To where the general public or fans or family would say, why are you so, why are you so tore up about this?
Why are you so glum?
Yeah.
I mean, other than the obvious Bill Allen, who played Crew Jones in the 1980s movie Rad. I can't believe that you looked confused, considering you went out of your way to pay good money, very good money, but I also say a very fair rate for a cameo from Bill Allen.
That's right.
Crew Jones, 1980s movie Rad.
Of course.
I mean, he won at Hell Track. He beat Bart Taylor.
Yeah. It's hard to think of. That would be for you, to where the rest of the world would say, who? Okay. Sure, man. Sorry that happened.
Because George Wendt, obviously known, I mean, his role was Norm on Cheers.
Right. Right.
What else did he do? Not to, I don't mean to slight him at all, but that was the role.
Sure. Yeah. George Wendt passing away, being known as Norm from Cheers, is the 80s sitcom actor of sitcom actors that people will look at as not a sidekick, but a sidekick that was always there for the punchline when you opened the door. They yelled his name, and he made, he made the one-off jokes.
Oh boy, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm wearing Milkbone underpants.
Absolutely incredible. Just the way, the walk and talk of it all. Yeah.
What are you up to?
Perfect.
What are you up to, Norm? My ideal weight if I'm 11 feet tall.
Somebody had sent me or posted a 16-minute video, I believe it was, of all of those.
All the entrances?
All of the entrances that I was sitting there watching the other night. Absolutely incredible to be able to be a part of. Did a lot of TV work. Was a real theater guy I had known in the past few years. I actually listened to a podcast with him on it. Hosted by Ted Danson and Woody Harrelson.
Oh, yeah.
So I listened to that last year where he had George Wendt on, and did a lot of theater, had kind of done some of the convention circuit in recent years. Mm-hmm. So
Didn't you meet him at the... Oh, no, you met...
John Ratzenberger.
John Ratzenberger.
Yeah.
That's right.
it makes
that autograph is.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere,
it's on the bottom of Cliffy, right up there in the top left corner of that
oh,
top
yeah,
shelf.
there it is. There it is.
It makes it all the more depressing that his very last credit is going to be The Masked Singer season 9.
Oh.
Where he sat, like he was seated the whole time. He wasn't very mobile.
Okay.
It's,
what was he dressed as? Like
he was a moose, Steve.
That's rough. It's a tough way to go.
Does that get played at the memorial? Like if there's a public thing
was he any
for
good?
George,
Could he sing?
I don't even know how far he made it. I mean, let me look at season 9 how far Moose made it, and we can see if, because again I mentioned he was a theater actor.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't mean he was singing, but in general you have a bit of performative ability.
Yeah.
When you're like that, so yeah, he made it to. Season 9.
What year was this?
2023. So he was still out there as of last year. And I had seen another recent video. He was at I think Motor City Comic Con last year and did an interview with him and John Ratzenberger together. Moose made it to episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He made it to episode 7.
I don't know if that's good or not. How many episodes does that show have? Like 100?
Let me tell you who he beat out. He beat out Christine Quinn, Holly Robinson Pete.
Oh, I remember that name. I don't know why I know her.
Alexa Bliss, professional wrestler. Lily Pons. Malin Ackerman. I'm going to avoid this one because this is the biggest upset of all time. Before that, Grandmaster Flash, Debbie Gibson, Howie Mandel, Sarah Evans, and Dick Van Dyke is who he beat. And lastly, Michael Bolton.
The singer?
The singer, Michael Bolton, was the 6th eliminated contestant on The Masked Singer in the season where David Archuleta and Bishop Briggs won.
Way to go, Norm.
Good for George.
Yeah.
Good for George.
About that.
So I will, very similarly to how you didn't break the news to me, I'm now going to go in and set up Google alerts for Bill Allen.
For Bill Allen.
And I'm guessing we won't get one until the old...
Look, it's a tightrope walk in the celebrity death world because I know that he's your guy. Mm-hmm. Every time you think about him, I don't want you to think about me bringing you the bad news. I don't want the anger to be this way. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is I'm selfish, and I think you owe me an apology. So,
man, I think you just therapied me and really turned that around.
Yeah, it's called.
I'm sorry, George Wendt died, Steve.
Yeah, I think you have to reword that.
I'm sorry, Norm from Cheers died, and that I had to find out from Yasher Ali on Twitter. I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
But that was just
forgive, but never forget.
Michael Bolton. Like I'm so taken aback by that. That Michael Bolton lost to Melissa Joan Hart and Lou Diamond Phillips.
Clarissa from Clarissa Explains It All
from the teenage witch herself.
Yeah,
beat out Michael Bolton, Grammy award-winning singer.
Yeah. How does that that's embarrassing, Michael Bolton?
That. I don't know if Michael Bolton would say I have a low point because, before this, the man was like renowned.
Yeah.
But you come in 6th place or whatever.
Yeah.
Or 4th place on season 9 of The Masked Singer.
Yeah, no doubt dressed as like the Statue of Liberty or something.
Yeah. Michael Bolton as Wolf was out 1 week after Grandmaster Flash as Polar Bear.
That whole show.
It's so dumb.
The absurdity of it.
What I never understood was when that thing took off, that they had those 4 celebrities just sitting back there. Mm-hmm. But it's not a show for voting.
Right.
They're not, these panelists aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
Other than saying, I don't know. I sure think that could possibly be Sarah Michelle Gellar. And then 2 weeks later, it's like Ron Artest from the Indiana Pacers. Like, I don't. What is the point? There isn't one.
Do they get points in any way?
It's a common confusion, though. Ron Artest as well as Sarah Michelle Gellar. That happens all the time.
Yeah. Now, when I heard the news that old Norm had went.
One was okay. The second one felt gratuitous.
That he had
gratuitous.
Went over the Rainbow Bridge. Wait, that's for animals, right? Is it Rainbow Bridge?
Rainbow Bridge is animals.
Okay.
Yeah, this would be the over the rainbow. That's Kermit. Can't be it.
No, that was the Rainbow Connection.
Oh, Jesus. Who was somewhere over the rainbow?
That was that big fat Hawaiian guy.
Oh, he just died too recently.
Israel Mikalaka.
Yes.
Mika Heidi Ho.
Oh.
But we digress. When I first heard that George Wendt had passed away, I knew that this was going to rock your world.
Yeah.
So I decided that it was time to bring it back and dug into the archives and pulled out.
Knows your name. Spoiler alert.
Oh, that was the wrong one, wasn't it?
It's okay. It's it hits a little bit differently now that George went.
Yeah. Went. All right, let's maybe this is it.
You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Where's the didn't we have one that went trivia?
Yeah, I think it was the same music. It just said trivia at the end instead of spoiler alerts.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. Kyle, are you ready?
Oh my gosh.
Do you have the document pulled up?
What?
For a long time, this was back in when did you get your leg boo-boo? Was that 2017?
That was 2017 was the leg boo-boo.
2017, you were going through recovery from your leg boo-boo from the great softball 3-pitch outing of 2017.
Again, that ERA still shows infinite.
So you had a lot of time to kill. You watched the entire 11 seasons of Cheers.
Yeah, 270 episodes.
270 episodes. And so we came up with the game, Cheers Trivia. I would challenge you each week. I think I asked you 3 questions. There was a very complicated scoring process.
Yeah, there was some. I'm trying to pull it up right now because there's like 3 points if I got it without the
assistance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, these I'm not giving you any assistance. These are
Perfect.
just because the ones that we were playing, it was multiple choice.
Yes.
But in this case, I'm gonna throw some questions out at you. Okay. I just want you to send them right on back.
Let me tell you the last 2 appearances for Cheers Trivia.
Oh no.
September 24th, 2023.
Oh,
and
that's a lot sooner than I would have thought.
I went shockingly over 3. That means I had reduced my question total. I don't know what I was tracking here. I had 20 right out of 40 total. And my total points was 36. Before that, May 22, 2022, where for some reason, we did 10 questions. And I got...
Boy, I guess we had a lot of time to kill.
And I got 5 correct. And before that, though, November 12th, 2019. So, yeah, let's call it sporadic.
Okay. All right. Well, it's time to get that average back up. I'm going to throw some softballs out at you.
Boy, I'm excited.
Which actress played the role of Diane Chambers? Would have thought that this was an easy one.
See, that's Shelley Long.
Of course it's Shelley Long.
That's come on.
Okay.
Don't offend the Cheers contingent.
Question number 2. What was Sam Malone's nickname when he was a relief
Mayday. Sam Mayday Malone. He was a reliever, Steve, for the Boston Red Sox, and that's why he stayed in town. Was obviously you are forced to live where you last pitched.
Yes. Is that that has to be true?
Yeah.
Throw that on the poll.
No
Are you
question.
forced to live where you last pitched.
Yeah, like all the poor minor leaguers who flame out, they now populate those small communities.
You now live in South Bend.
Sorry.
In what year did Cheers air its final series or its final episode?
Now that's a good question. I think we're on track with early 90s. My guess is 1993.
1993 is correct. Look at
Yes! It's like I never left once you think about it.
What was the setting of Cheers?
I mean, I don't know how specific or how vague to get. The Cheers bar in Boston, Massachusetts.
Bar in Boston, I would have accepted.
Okay. All right. So were these for children?
Next question. What Cheers character was a bartender and former Boston Red Sox relief pitcher?
Oh, boy. Hang on. This is a tough one. Let me think about that. See, that's Sam
was it Woody?
Mayday Malone. Sam.
That's correct, man. You're on fire.
I can't miss.
Okay. Now, time to dig into it a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
What is the title of the final episode of Cheers?
Is it just Cheers?
Oh, God, no.
Is it Farewell?
No. That is...
Those two really dumb answers.
Of all the dumb things that have been said on this podcast.
Hang on. Now oh, boy.
I mean, I can just tell you. You don't.
No,
have to
I know.
Google
I
it.
know. Yeah.
Would it ring a bell if I told you that it was called One for the Road?
One for the Road. Yeah. And fun fact about that, Steve, is the cast was watching the series finale live while it was airing from the Bull and Finch in Boston, Massachusetts. And they were supposed to be doing a panel afterwards with the TV network.
Yeah.
And all of the cast members got so drunk that it was an abomination that you can barely find anymore.
Wow.
Because it went so poorly.
Okay. And that was on live TV?
That was on live television.
Nice. Okay. Who was known as the trivia spouting bar regular in Cheers?
See, that's Cliff Clavin.
Of course.
He's the mailman.
Little known fact.
The mailman.
All right, let's do two more.
Fact, Nomi.
Two more?
Two more. That'll put us at 9. That'll put us at 9 this year, and then we'll check back in 2030.
Which actress played the role of Lilith Sternin, Fraser Crane's wife?
Oh, man, I can picture her, but there's zero chance I'm getting that actress name.
I've never heard of this name before.
I believe she transitioned to theater as well after, because she didn't even get invited to Frasier.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that is... Did they resolve that?
It's funny. I was at the tattoo shop Friday, and a movie finished, and it was on Amazon, so it just went to another thing. I don't know how it went from a movie called Velvet Goldmine to the first episode of Frasier, but it did, and it opened with Frasier doing his radio program where he hey, we really got to quickly recap somehow for all these new people why you're not in Boston at the bar.
Yeah, and why you've moved to Seattle. So
he tells a radio listener that things didn't work out with Lilith, and I moved back to my hometown Seattle because I was just spending all of my nights drinking at a bar in Boston.
Okay. All right.
But no, I do not know the actress.
Bebe Neuwirth?
Bebe Neuwirth, yes. Okay. Man. Okay. That's on me.
Okay. Let's see.
That's I believe 5 out of 7 right now, and I'm happy with that. Now, granted, the first 5 were meant for imbeciles.
What was the name of the original owner of Cheers before Sam Malone bought the bar? This one's deep.
This is deep, and I don't think I have the answer. It was mentioned in the show. That would have been mentioned early. Would have been mentioned during the coach seasons.
If I give you a first name, think you could get the last name?
Maybe.
Gus.
Nope. Got nothing.
What about if I give you the last name?
Give me the last name, but not the first.
O'Malley.
Okay. Mike O'Malley from Guts, right?
Yeah, aggro crag. It means aggressive rock.
That's so stupid.
Guts.
Thank you so much for that. That does soothe my aching heart a little bit as George passed away this past week.
Rest in peace, Georgie. Rest in peace, Normie.
You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Dead.
Boy, that's not the whole lot out to find.
No.
Now, I mean, for when we do this again in 3 years.
Yeah,
I'll definitely have to find that. I did have, though, another communication issue I had to bring up with you because I'm glad we got all the sappy mumbo jumbo. George, Norm passed away,
Just
whatever.
breeze through that in
Because-
25 minutes.
Because now we've got to get to the nitty gritty here. Because
The NG, the
I-
nitty gritty.
I asked you to do something this week for me.
Yeah.
And much like George Wentz passing, that also went unacknowledged from you to me. So I guess now we have to air it out for all of our
Yeah,
listeners
this is embarrassing that we gotta.
about.
Is everyone here, or is it just us?
This is just, you know what? For right now, let's close the door.
Okay. Hey, everybody, just turn the volume down for about 30 seconds or so.
Just count in your head to 30. Like, don't press the fast forward 30. I don't know what that does to the listening metric. So just like listen for 30, but count in your head 30. But also, if it's an ad, try to listen to it. I don't know if that
Sure, yeah,
helps that
and
too.
buy whatever they're selling.
Yeah, hawk whatever foreign language goods that they're about to insert here in this break.
Look, I love washing my hair with new Pert Plus.
Pantene Pro V is only for cancer. It only causes cancer.
Man, is Pert Plus still around?
Oh, God,
it came in the green bottle. I can still smell it. Pert Plus. It is. It is.
Is
still
it really?
around. You can get it on Amazon, 2-in-1 for just $6.49.
Could I go to my local grocer and get it today?
Wow, boy, it makes
It
me
does
think
say
that.
it's there.
Okay, well, I can also get a big bottle of it for $24.99 on Amazon.
$4.69 over here at the
Wow.
local. Yeah, at the local. Boy, 1990s shampoos is something we probably don't want to unleash right now on the podcast.
If somebody could send us a bottle
of Pert Plus,
of Pert Plus,
I'd use it.
greatly appreciate it. I'd pop that thing open. I would use it.
I'd use that on my head of hair right now.
But anyway,
We digress. Herbal essences.
all those commercials used to be great.
They were great.
Yeah, the woman making the orgasm noises
Yeah.
because she was washing her hair.
What about this one? Suave.
Oh,
Suave's still around. Now I know
Suave
Suave's
is definitely still around.
Yes, no question.
I was a Pert Plus man. But anyway, look, that's a whole other episode.
Shampoo adjacent. LA looks.
Oh man, that stuff made your hair like a helmet.
It was crispy, dude. That thing's not going anywhere. When I had hair, I used that. You need like, it's like when you saw the Jurassic Park scene where they were extracting the DNA from the
Yes.
mosquito. That's all you needed.
Yeah, that little tiny, like
Yeah.
the size of a pill.
Oh, and your hair would shine for days.
But you would still, even though you knew you only needed that much, you'd
Yeah.
still fill your hand with
Yeah.
it. And then just go,
And like, it'd take you 4 days to rinse your hands off because everything would fall out of it now because
Yeah.
LA Looks was coating your skin.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
It's got to be a cancer study about LA Looks. Like, there's no question that there's some voodoo in there. But
Allegedly.
allegedly. And also, if you hear that during the ad break here, LA Looks is the hair gel for you.
Just imagine if we found out that we were like the only media advertising that LA Looks was doing in 2025.
These guys are the only ones who haven't checked no on the LA Looks box.
We're raking in that sweet LA Looks cash on a weekly basis.
Oh, keeping them alive. But since last week, Steve, I became an honorary / unofficial / maybe official board member of SACFest.
That would be, again, Zach Fest.
Ah,
Called a Zach.
It's
Called
it's a spelling and
Zach?
pronunciation thing. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get like an English professor on. Like, how should we pronounce the shortening of cul-de-sac? So I asked you because you said since the initial fervor of the plan, which was at this point, what was that in the spring, like February or March maybe?
Yeah, well, I could tell you the exact date. I could pull up when I created the
poster,
the logo.
which we dissected last week.
February 14th, Valentine's Day. I spent my Valentine's Day coming up with...
That can't be true. Steve, that can't be true.
February 14th. That's, I'm not proud of that.
In in the years of this podcast that now, at least internally, goes not below, not above.
Yeah. Kind of right in the middle.
But next to the honeymoon garage door openers.
Mm-hmm. And nose hair trimmer. You always forget the nose hair trimmer.
I do. For me, it's garage door or bust on the honeymoon trip to Jamaica, where whatever. We don't need to revisit it. It's my favorite. Yeah. It's one of my favorite romantic memories of Steve and his lovely bride in that. But now this, Steve creating a poster for Sackfest. For like 6 families to maybe hang out in the road 7 months or whatever from the date. You had to get this poster created. So that was February 14th. So last week, I felt like you're due a win. As a couple of your other projects and things we've talked about maybe fell by the wayside this year.
Yeah.
The siding project wasn't going to happen. I didn't want to see you endure another loss here that would
another miserable failure.
Yeah, that would maybe hurt you at the end of the year when you look back and, you're standing out in front of the, facing your house, you're sipping some tea and you, boy, what a year, right? Mm-hmm. But then in your head, you're actually remembering your failures.
Right. Yeah.
We didn't need that.
That's how I rank my years.
That's right.
Do you rank your years by failures?
Oh yeah, no question. If you're ranking them by wins, you're wearing a suit to work. We're not suit work wearer guys.
No.
Okay.
As we've talked about at great length, I'm down in the trenches.
Yes, that's right. Every day down there.
Every day, just digging.
And me, I'm in the lab.
In a lab, yeah. You're in the denial lab.
Absolutely.
Where you're just saying, "Oh, that's cute. 24-year-old newly married couple, baby on the way, want to buy a house." Yeah. No!
Nice idea. Hope you enjoy that apartment. I'm sure the mortgage would save you money. Not today, Junior. I call him Junior. Right. Junior 20s, I can call him
Junior. Look at you. It's a young couple just getting their footing, just landed their first full-time jobs. We want to buy a house.
That's actually the email attachment. It's almost like those cards you give that when you open them, they pop out confetti or whatever. But this is an email that if you click on it, you don't have a choice. Right. That sounds playing.
It's a total bait and switch, too, because you reply saying, "Hey, good news. Everything's approved. Just sign the attached document." Yep. And then they think, "Honey, we did it. Oh, let me click the attached. It's probably a DocuSign. Wait a minute."
And it's just a thumbs down. I like to think I probably have a hand in at least a couple divorces. Right? Because where they're like,
"Oh, that's a..."
"Well, my income was surely enough to make it work, Todd."
Because, of course, they're Todd and Margot.
Yeah, Todd and Margot from the hit National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes. Who were probably 80.
So, I gave you a task last week, and I asked you, hey, just send me a screenshot this week.
But we digress.
Yeah, we're digressed a couple of degrees now. And I asked you to give me an update this week because I don't want to let this fall by the wayside because now it's a failure on me if it fails.
Sure, yeah. I mean, look, I plan on blaming this 100% on you if it fails.
Because... I want this to happen, and even though we found out, well, I found out quite jarringly last week that I could help do all this, but I'm still not invited.
To be determined, yeah. We're not sure where the barricades will be set up.
Yeah.
As of right now, you're obviously on the outside of the barricades.
Certainly.
Reed can come in. He can come in and play. Take part in all the fun. You and Katie. Well, Katie can come in. Katie,
good.
Yeah, she'll obviously be there.
Well, if there's room for two, there's...
It's kind of like a one in, one out, as we talked about.
I'll wait there until
the parking is limited in the Zach. Just not a lot of space.
What if I take my bike? Is this a bike Zach?
Something we can't. Then it comes in with the liability issue.
Oh yeah, boy, we don't need extra insurance.
You fall off your bike and you smack your melon on the mailbox or something.
Plans were well underway a week ago. We were talking about what we were going to have set up. We had rental places. We were going to be renting bleachers to watch the big movie that night. And
I'm thinking like a Back to the Future or something. One of the cult classics.
Because you can't go straight cartoon because there's some kids too big for a cartoon.
Yeah,
and you got to make it. Yeah, so you got to toe that line. And honestly, Back to the Future, outside of the weird incestual relationship,
that is, it's strange.
Kids aren't going to know that though. You'll be okay. Back to the Future.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, you get your damn hands off her scene might be a little awkward.
Maybe
when Biff is
good time to explain consent to all the children in attendance.
Rubbing up on Lorraine. Yeah, a little little awkward, but that's okay. You know, we'll do blindfolds or something for that. Wouldn't go to the bathroom.
Go throw the dunk tank or go pitch. So I asked you send a message to Justin and Dustin, the JDS chat, and I didn't hear this week. Like I said, that's why I bring this up today.
Yeah.
It's just you and me though. Well, communication.
Yeah.
Where are we at right now? Did you send this? Do I need to give you a verbal lashing because you fell by the wayside or what?
Okay, I'm gonna deliver the bad news first. The message was not sent. But as always, I have an excuse and it wasn't my fault.
Boy, you're really growing into a new role. I love that.
This one's not on me.
Okay. So, assuredly, you lost your phone for the week.
No.
Assuredly, the neighbors were, they planted a flag in the yard, said, we're on vacation, don't text us this week.
Very close, actually.
Okay. So you were told, do not communicate with me.
I mean, no, but we found out that they were on vacation this week. One of the groups involved is in Las Vegas. They've been there for 6 days.
Terrible town, by the way.
Celebrating their 10-year anniversary.
Terrible town. For 6
so
days.
They are posting pictures of them having drinks at shows and sitting at a slot machine and everything. And I just felt like I didn't want to impose. I didn't want to make this about me because I thought about maybe Venmoing them $50 and saying, "Here, buy one drink."
Did you?
I did, but I don't have their Venmo, and I didn't want to text them out of the blue. Hey, what's your Venmo?
So this was a thought, much like I want to be an airline pilot. It was a thought, but literally a thought's thought.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to do something like that.
Yeah, it'd be much the same as, boy, I wonder if I went up on my roof and flapped my wings, if I would fly away like a bird.
Right. It's the equivalent. You considered it, and it's nice that you considered doing this good deed.
Yeah.
But I don't want to let it get too far removed from the fact that it was barely a fleeting thought while you were on to the next item.
Barely.
Okay. So
barely.
You didn't want to interrupt the 6-day anniversary vacation in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that I don't know. I feel good about that. I don't want to. I don't want to bother people. I figured it was a terrible time to be like, "Hey, let's start planning the big summer get down."
Yeah, I think you're a chicken.
Boy, wow! Didn't expect that. I thought that I'd have a little bit of support. Boy, I was thinking about sending you some money so you and your wife, because you're close to, it's your 10-year anniversary, right? Right around this time?
3 weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. That drink I was going to send you, zoink. I'm taking that right back.
My fake drink will never arrive.
The drink in theory that I was going to send you, I am not sending you anymore.
Oh.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again.
Hello.
Here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Third time. It's a big year for me.
Yeah?
I've set that internal goal to, become competent at opening letters at age 38.
That's a good New Year's resolution to set for yourself.
Yeah. And
5 months in.
I think I had one that felt competent, felt good, a couple that didn't. So today I'm not even going to think about it. It's like I'm just popping this thing out. We're going in.
Jesus Christ.
I got about a quarter of the envelopes.
I mean, it's done smooth. No, I'm going to give you a third there.
Yeah. I mean, the bright side is I didn't shred the insides.
Yeah.
Right? It's just I'm getting front envelope. I'm going to get there, Steve.
Yeah, you got a little front fray. That is a bad sign.
I'm going to get there. I promise you. This is the year. This is from our friend Billy Stacks. Billy Stacks coming through from upstate New York with another donation to the slush fund, because we don't have any other donations to the slush fund anymore. for the Steve and Kyle podcast. Thank you, not to our friends at the BPPC.
No.
This is from our friends at the online BPPC, where they probably don't have to send out the work to some place in Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Billy Stacks.
Yeah.
As always.
Again, we do have money coming into the slush fund. It's just being held up in
hostage.
Yeah, red tape, customs. That's what we'll say.
We're not very good at this side of things. That's where we're at.
Yeah, every week we talk about, oh yeah, we got to figure out that, and then end of the episode comes and
then we never do.
you leave, and then fast forward a week, wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
And there
Fast
we
forward
are.
a week, and, Steve hasn't planned the Sack Fest.
Well, it's just a lot going on.
To put a bow on that, could I get something from you? I mean,
Absolutely
I
not. Nope.
Okay. This thing's going to fall apart. Well, hard to fall apart when it hasn't started, I guess.
I did get a
I mean, you made a poster, but other than that, I mean, if that's the only thing that falls apart, those weird McDonald's sprinklers will. If that's the only loss, we're doing okay on this one. Outside of my mental fragility from now being a part of this and it being just ripped from me.
I did notice though that I must have created an event for it on Facebook.
Oh, did you create a dummy event?
Apparently I did, because just the other day, Zachfest popped up in my upcoming events. Apparently I scheduled it for June 1st, which is just days from now.
So you thought next week on a Sunday in this town.
Oh, one person going. That's me.
Oh, it's you. Good.
Yeah.
Honestly.
0 maybes, 0 invited.
It's not about the quantity.
Oh, apparently it's a 14-day long event too.
My God, have you ever done this before?
Yeah, it's June 1st to June 15th.
You guys are going to have a riot. I mean, I don't know what you're going to tell the mailman because he can't come in here for 2 weeks.
Yeah, sorry. Drop it at the barricade.
We got the bleachers and the dunk tank in the way. You're going to have to come back tomorrow. There's no room.
Ah, boy. Kyle, I have failed at a few things.
Sure.
Recently, sending out the text for Zachfest, but again, feel as though vindicated because it was an anniversary. There was travel involved.
That's right. The fake Venmo thought. Yep, that's right.
But I did succeed in one thing that I said I was going to do this summer.
Hey, one success.
One success.
You know what we call those, Steve? We call those a building block.
Yeah.
Okay, because then it's going to become 2, 3, and then probably next year. But other than that, those 3 are going to be a good foundation.
That's right. So I had told you long ago that the once former podcast studio, when during the throes of COVID, when we were recording in the sunroom, sunroom was leaking like a sieve. I don't know what a sieve is, but I've always heard that. Always heard that term. This is the perfect thing to sidetrack us because, of course, it is. Is it just SIV?
Comes up with special immigrant visas for Afghans, so I don't think that's it. That's a sensitive subject. Great. Now I'm going to be getting called.
Hey, all the more reason where we can put politics in one of.
Sounds like a sieve, SIEVE, but maybe pronounced
sure.
sieve.
I think it's pronounced sieve.
Container that has multiple leaks. That's honestly it.
Okay.
That is disappointing to find out.
Yeah. So anyway, the old sunroom was leaking like a sieve.
That's an English language idiom, Steve. Okay, yes. Yeah, so, and this had been since you moved in, right?
Since we moved in, pretty much. Yeah, we were having all kinds of issues with it. We never used it because it was leaking onto a couch.
Yeah.
Which made the couch waterlogged and moldy. We got rid of the couch last year. Of course, gave it away on Facebook Marketplace to some idiot.
Some dumb jerk is now sleeping on some squishy mold couch.
It's a water couch. Yeah, like a water bed.
Yeah, beautiful.
Do they ever make? No, we're not doing this. So, last week I decided to start disassembling the old sunroom. Now I'm going to show you some pictures on my phone, and you tell me if you think that I went about this in the proper way. Because my whole idea was, I'm basically just going to cut the legs out and let the thing fall over.
$113.41 is a water floating beanbag sofa bed right now.
Boy.
That's 120 by 150.
Okay.
You want to pay an extra $11, you can get 130 by 160.
Oh, that's
plenty of colors.
That's a good deal.
Black, green, gray, light blue, light green. That's
Heck
an
of a deal.
Off-air buy.
But anyway, so I took out the old Sawzall and just started going to town.
Now, this doesn't have... You're not an ignoramus about these things where I would be. I'd be terrified about everything, and that's just life in general. But you knew that there wasn't like electricity running through the walls.
Yeah,
there wasn't
nothing.
anything like that. So
Nope.
you could take... You honestly could have taken your chainsaw, right? And just started, like Leatherface and just start ripping through things, right?
So pretty much, yeah. So I used my Sawzall, just started cutting away at the supports.
Yeah.
And then I was really getting into it. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Cutting things, just randomly sawing at things. And then I heard the first like,
Okay.
and then I noticed, that's weird. It looks like a bit of a bow in the middle there.
Okay.
Because
the ceilings...
because there were two supports there that I
Yeah.
just cut out. Then I went to this corner and I was like, I'm going to cut that corner out too. Which
You decided that's how you were going to rip that off,
yeah,
huh?
I mean, if you understand
Wow.
even the basics of physics,
Right.
If I cut through that whole thing is collapsing.
From this perspective that you're showing me, that's the only thing holding that roof up by that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you thought, again, an experienced tradesman, amateur tradesman,
Yeah,
you thought, I'm going to head that direction.
yeah.
Shocking.
So
I'm shocked.
I cut through that, and instead of it all collapsing, it just dropped down the width of the saw blade. That was when I started to panic. That was when I frantically sent a text to neighbor Justin across the street, and I said, "You got any like pieces of wood or something?"
So you made a rash decision that you knew was going to lead. Okay. I have to tell you,
Yeah.
this makes me feel better about any of my recently previous projects because this is not like you.
I got carried away. I got ahead of myself. I was
So
excited.
you're just enjoying the sound of the sawzall.
So I needed to reach out to neighbor Justin and say, I need pieces of wood or else this whole roof is going to collapse. Luckily, he came through. And that,
Oh, good. So you just wedged some lumber up.
and it was like that for a week. For a week until yesterday or the day before yesterday. And my friend came over and then we put up some more, I don't know, like temporary structures. And then we just started shaving away at this thing.
God, it's remarkable how terrible that looks.
Oh, it's so bad. So bad.
Oof.
But in the end, we ended up with a full trailer's worth of sunroom.
Yeah. So
Loaded the thing up. And you'd be surprised at how waterlogged like 5-inch thick pieces of styrofoam can get. Because there was a piece that I cut out because like the walls and the ceiling, they were just big thick pieces of styrofoam with aluminum on each side of them.
that water has just been
They were basically
pouring
panels.
through.
So there was one piece I took down. It was about 8 feet by 4 feet styrofoam, and it weighed, a pound or something. I was able to just pick it up, throw it in the trailer. Then there was a piece that was about 2 feet by 2 feet, and I tried to pick it up, and I almost broke my back because it had so much water in it that it was just completely waterlogged. And it took me about 4 hours to clean it all up, to load it onto a trailer, drive about 15 miles to the dump,
Okay.
back the trailer up, throw it all in there. But I can say, sunroom is gone. That's a little check mark for me. Boom. Success. Thank you. I know. It turned out great.
Usually, I'm the ray of sunshine guy around here.
That's something.
Thank you.
Okay. Kyle is the ray
So
of sunshine.
I don't like having to do what I'm about to do.
Oh, no. What is that?
And I'm going to have to. God, I hate this guy. I hate this character.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this. Like, I've got to pour water on the, the blazing fire of Steve's happiness. Really hate that.
Yeah,
Disappointed.
Totally out of character.
I'm disappointed on a couple of levels for this.
Oh, boy.
And the first one I've kind of expressed. I think you're the one who told me that, you know, in your haste, you were just caught up in the Sawzall moment.
Everyone's been there, right? Has every...
I'll post that. You ever been caught up in the reciprocating saw moment?
No, it's got to be Sawzall.
Sawzall.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Sawzall.
No,
I think it's
Sawzall.
Sawzall.
Yeah.
Sawzall. You know, something, however you feel.
You knew that happened. You called for help. Again, you can call for help, but you can't, you know, send that same text about Sackfest. But that's neither here nor there.
This was too
just Justin.
Yeah.
So he came jogging over with a couple pieces of lumber, as you were like stretched to your max on your tippy toes, holding the roof up.
It's not far off.
So I don't need to like belabor that, right?
No.
But the other one hurts me a little bit inside because I've looked up to you for a long time, Steve. You once gave away the base to a bird bath under the condition of taking this nail-ridden, rotten lumber with you.
Right.
And you did it. You did it.
I did, yeah.
You did it. It was like the 1980 Hockey Olympics upset.
It was Miracle on Ice.
You did it. So when we go from you on your tippy toes begging for lumber help so a roof doesn't collapse on your head, to the words that came out of your mouth following that you loaded up a trailer and went 15 minutes and paid money to dump this stuff at the dump.
I know. I'm not proud of that.
I don't know what happened to you this week.
I need to redeem myself in some way. I'm not proud of that at all. I'm not proud that I couldn't tough talk somebody into taking my garbage.
That's been the Steve salesman like blueprint for as long as I've known you. Is you can have this one piece of valueless crap, but only on the condition that
Calling
you
it valueless. It's a little hurtful. No, it's not. It's not hurtful. That's exactly what it is. It was waterlogged styrofoam.
But only on the condition that you take this other equally useless, valueless piece of crap. Has been a trait that has always elevated you, and it should elevate you in every Facebook marketplaceman's eyes. Because you've been a pro's pro about this.
It's my calling card.
For a long time.
It's my wet bandits leaving the sinks on with the drains clogged.
So, were you simply... Multi-layer question. One, was it initially your plan to be like, I wonder if somebody would want this and I could get someone to come take it? And two, did the near roof disaster affect your decision and say, okay, time to be done with this, let's get it gone?
There was a little bit of I'm not thinking clearly.
Right.
So I'm going to do the thing that I'm supposed to do and not the thing that I want to do. I had to swallow my pride a bit and be a sucker, be a loser.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, incompetent butthead, sure. I mean, but you know. We're too old to use that, right? Like if you went into work tomorrow or whatever and you said, hey, you butthead.
Quit being an incompetent butthead.
Like, one, they can't take that seriously.
I love it. Right? I love it. And should we bring butthead back?
Can we bring butthead back? I think maybe that stuck in my head because last week when I was telling the story about me trying to vomit and I was trying to pull the shirt off to try to see if it helped, and I got it stuck over my head like Butthead from Beavis and Butthead, like Cornholio or whatever. God, the dumbest show on the planet.
I believe Beavis was Cornholio.
There's way too many probably think pieces out there. But ooh, the unnoticed economic and socio-normative descriptions in Beavis and Butthead. No, he said Cornholio and they made butt jokes. Okay?
Still, such an important part of my formative years.
So, I apologize for calling you an incompetent butthead. I didn't mean it like that.
It's all right.
I didn't mean it like
something.
that.
I like the association. with the mid-90s TV show.
I have to tell you, I don't know what we need to do or how this needs to go in the next, month, whenever we get an update on pallet sales from you, because that's been too long. And so let's pen that in for next week. We need to update
Pallet sales.
on our mystery boxes. We haven't done mystery box sales live from studio in a while.
Yeah, how are your sales going?
Steve, I have an update for you, and I don't have time because I need your advice.
Okay.
I need your advice on how to approach this, because I think, do we got a few minutes? Do you want to do it?
Do you got a fish on the line? Is that what you're...
There's a fish.
Okay, because look, this trumps anything, which is why we're introducing it at the 56-minute mark. A better podcast would have made this the A-bit.
I've got a fish.
Give me all the details right
My
now.
concern
All the details.
is that this fish got away.
Okay,
So let me give you a rundown. The box I took home was a box of 11 boxes of identical mini food. It's MGA Miniverse mini food.
little cheeseburgers.
Baby cheeseburgers, like baby asparagus with a baby spatula. I don't know who would want this
Did you look
valuable stuff.
Did you look up to find out what the resale value of this is?
I did. I believe they were on Amazon. I think they were in the low 20s, maybe high teens for like a new box.
And you have 11 of them. So if we made $150 off of it or something,
okay, well, you already put the pressure on there, because I was going to cut that about in half.
All right.
We are in for what was it? $90 for these two boxes, right?
$90. Yeah, probably a couple bucks of tax in there somewhere.
Trying to find the plate of food. Let's see if I can find it on Amazon. Whatever. I will find it. So I had it listed. Yeah, it's listed right now for $28.80. Okay, but it's not listed as Prime, which makes me think that it'll probably be cheaper if Amazon had it in stock. Whatever. Yeah. So I need your help.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to really close this deal.
Oh, perfect.
And I know you're the man for the job.
I am.
You're the man for the job, because I had someone reach out. Now, I've had a couple of messages that went nowhere. Someone, maybe, I think it was way low-balled me, and I said, I'm not a sucker. Okay, so
I know what I got.
The last one I got, I have them listed for $15 a piece, and she offered me $5.
For all of them? Or...
No, just one.
Okay.
Just one. And I said, I can't go that low. I didn't even counter, because I don't know if that's a fair starting point.
No.
So I had someone reach out this week, first time in a long time, said, is this still available? And I'm usually pretty prompt at replying, and I always address them by their name so they know it's not like an automated reply.
Yep.
So I said, hi, so-and-so. I do have some available. And that's usually, as you know, you're now a liquidation. You're all over the sales.
I'm a liquidationsman.
You know that I would say 7 out of 10 conversations end there.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, maybe it's an accidental click, or I don't know why, they click that button that fills in the message of, is this still available? And they click send. And then when you reply, maybe they read it, and that's it. Yeah. They never follow up.
Never hear back from them. They never even acknowledge that I had sent that reply back.
Infuriating.
Oh, it's the worst. I hate it.
So
usually what I'll do is if it's 2 or 3 days later and they still haven't replied, then I start trolling them. Yeah. And I'll follow up and say, were you just interested in my inventory? Were you just trying to, get some in-stock numbers? Do you actually want to buy this, or were you just curious?
Want to look around the sales floor? So the reply, again, quick, I had sent the message at 1:46. Her reply back to me was at 1:46.
Look at that.
And that's rare. So I'm like, here we go. We are making a deal today. At this point, Steve, just you and me, I didn't care how low I had to go.
Okay. So you're already running down into the basement, running back up the stairs with the box in your hand.
I'm putting that scene. I don't know if you've ever seen Love Actually, where they're decorating like a jewelry box, and he's like putting chocolates in the box, and he's doing all of like fancy things to make it pretty. Yeah. That's me, because I'm like, I need to get this out of my life at this point. How much for all of them? And now,
this is like you casted thinking that you were gonna pull in a guppy because you need some bait. Yeah. You're just trying to catch bait at this point.
A real dumb fish.
And you got a whale on the line.
I didn't get a whale. For my money, this is the thing. This is Moby Dick.
Okay.
I got the white whale. Can we say that still?
You got the Caucasian whale.
I got a big old whale on mine. I don't know how big this person is. That's not. And I run up the stairs because I'm in the basement. Because these are in the garage because I can't have this.
Being careful not to trip because
you never know. An Achilles injury is only
you got your leg boo boo.
It's only a trip away. I run up the stairs and I sprint out to the garage because I don't know the exact number of how many I have. So I want to make sure I give this fine individual a firm number.
Yeah.
And I said, I have 11 of them, it looks like. Are you interested in all? Mm-hmm. So I sent that. That was 8 minutes. 154. That was the last time I heard from him.
Oh, boy. And how long ago was this?
Thursday.
Nope.
Apologies. This was, I believe this was, this was Thursday. Thursday, 146. 154. So here's where I'm at now with you, because I don't think she's read these.
Okay, so it doesn't have the little circle with her picture underneath it?
And only the most recent message. So I waited 3 hours.
Yeah.
About 4:40-ish. I said, let me know what you're interested in.
Okay, so the last thing...
And that only shows sent. So not seen, not read, whatever, however Facebook denotes it. So I come to you today.
Okay.
Asking the master.
Mm-hmm.
No. We've got a presumed large whale on the line.
Mm-hmm. No offense.
No offense.
To this person and their size.
Might be very fit. Don't know what to tell her. I need to know what we do now. Mm-hmm. Holiday weekend. 3 days later. I want you sitting across from me. Mm-hmm. Your brain, your expert salesman mind, to these little fingertips, Steve. Mm-hmm. And let me type to this person so we can close this deal so you and I can ensure, at minimum, a $1 profit on these mystery boxes.
Okay.
I'm typing? I'm not going to...
This might be tough for you.
Is this what I should be?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not yet. I'll tell you. I'll give you the start typing symbol. Kyle, this might be tough for you to hear, but this is on you.
This is what I was afraid of.
You've messed this up terribly.
This is honestly what I was afraid of. I've scrambled.
At this point, it's been 3 days, 4 days since the last interaction.
3 days. Yeah, almost exactly 72 hours.
Within 1 hour of not receiving a reply, you have to send the follow-up. Hello, are you still interested? Mm-hmm. Just wanted to make sure you saw this message. Yeah. This is a hot item.
Right.
But I want to give you the first dibs.
Right, the best deal.
Right. I mean, because, because you're loyal.
Yeah.
You want your loyalty to show through.
Yeah, and you get the loyalty rewards points too.
Exactly. You don't want people to think that you're just in it for the money. You're in it for the experience.
Right.
You're in it to help them, to guide them.
This is so right. I don't know if I can make this right anymore.
I think that you missed your window, so it's time to drop the atomic bomb on them. So I'm now giving you the start typing.
You're the master. Okay. I'm merely the means to get us there.
Yeah. Dear loser.
Oh, God, I hate doing this.
It'll get their attention. Has that been typed?
Yeah. Yeah, it's right there.
I noticed that a mere 72 hours ago, you were extremely interested in my mini food. But alas, you have not replied. Did another amazing deal on mini foods drop itself in your lap? Question mark, question mark.
That's 2 question marks.
Look, stupid.
Oh, God.
Period.
I think that one hits me harder than the opening.
Are you still typing?
Yeah,
Thank you.
sorry.
Yes, comma, I called you stupid, comma, just in case there was any confusion.
Are we going to get to the sale part of this, or are we just...
I'm just a man out here trying to sell some mini food to suckers like you.
Jesus.
I'm focused on ROI. Parentheses. That's return on investment. Durr.
It's a long investment. And then, like,
That's
should that be...
D-U-R-R-R-R-R. You know something? You put as many R's on there.
Durr. Okay, got it.
End parentheses.
Yep.
Period. Because we want to be grammatically correct.
Obviously, we're focused on... Yes. Yeah.
So let me tell you how this is going to go.
Oh, boy, this is quite a long one. We're just getting to the pitch.
I'm going to throw out a number, and you're going to pay it.
Oh, now I like this.
Unless that number is too high, in which case, have a great day. Love, Kyle.
I should check if I have like a seller profile.
We all have seller profiles.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah.
But like, what's the... I'd be curious what my ranking is or whatever, or my rating on... Because I've had, by all accounts, 0 like negative things. I don't do a lot on there, and it's all pretty simplistic, right?
Yeah.
So this one where I say, "Durr," and call her a sucker and called her stupid and loser may affect the ranking.
I don't know if I'd recommend sending that if you haven't already.
I told you, I'm a man of the people.
Seeing as how we've had 0 interest in your mini cheeseburger meals or whatever they are, I'm still not 100% clear on exactly what it is that you're trying to sell.
I don't know what people would use these for. Do you like put them in water and they get bigger? I don't
Do you
understand.
give them to dolls?
Right.
Is it like a Barbie thing?
Feed them to dumb kids? What are we doing here? Okay, I can't wait.
I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of response. maybe send the "Are you still interested?" text first. Unless you've already sent it, I guess.
What do you mean?
Jesus, what a terrible idea.
Again. Hey, loser.
Strong opening.
Hey, I do not want to get out of here because I'm not a guy who forgets these kind of things, Steve. Happy birthday to you this week, my good man.
Thank you. Can't be said enough. People have been talking about it for weeks.
Finally into your mid-30s.
Into my mid-30s, celebrating the big 4-4.
Man, that's any big plans going on for you this week? You guys got a big shindig? You spending it maybe a nice relaxed evening with the wife?
Not a one plan, and I'm just anticipating that there are plans that I just don't know about yet, because no doubt they're going to shower me with riches and accolades.
That'll have to be another talking point, I guess, for like when you and I go to therapy. Like the expectations there might be a little. But anyway, happy birthday!
Thank you
to
very much. I
Steve.
appreciate
That's
it.
exciting.
Thank
The
you.
big 4-4, the mid-30s are finally here.
Hitting me hard.
It's on a weekend, too, for you. Guys, go out, have a good night. Right? Just put the kids to bed. What are they going to do, get up?
It's actually on a Wednesday.
Close enough.
Couldn't be more middle of the week.
It is the 28th. I don't know why I thought it was the 29th.
No.
Which is also
A Thursday.
Not a weekend.
Yeah, not a weekend.
I
No.
took a day off on everything.
Nope. Yeah, you are. Couldn't be further from being correct.
Let me be the first to tell you, and I want you to remind Annette, too.
Okay.
The first to wish you a happy birthday.
I will be sure to, when I wake up on my birthday, again on Wednesday, not on a Saturday or a Sunday.
That's right. Thursday birthdays.
And she says, "Happy birthday." I'm going to say, "Ha! Kyle got you beat."
And then rub your hands together and say, what are the big plans for tonight?
You owe me. Because that's the keystone to every good relationship is feeling like you owe the other person something.
It's the basis of marriage.
Yeah.
And if you're out there and you need 11 packages of mini food, that's MGA Mini versus Mini Food with food on it. $91, and it's yours.
Of course, we're going to charge you about $60 for shipping. That's a big box.
Shipping is going to be terrible. You're going to have to pick it up at a nondescript location. A small fee if Steve's carrying it towards his workplace.
All right, at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We'll post some pictures of the mini food. Have we done that yet?
No, I have them right here on
Okay.
the hot listing.
Let's throw them up there. See if we can make a sale in the next week.
Yeah. Do any of you idiots want this crap? That's how I'll post it.
Talk to you next week. See ya.
ya.